Yeah, don't ask about that. Right, we're here today to sort out this. So it's a word of warning to clients: if you get work like this, yeah, get the electrician back to sort it out, or if not, get someone in reputable. Basically, we've got two huge heating manifolds, 1 and 2. Electrician has just left these on the floor. Don't know what any of this does. This should be on the wall. These should be on the wall, and it's not working correctly. So you've got thermostat cables feeding different manifolds. They should bring the different heads on, and then it should push the hot water through. These are warm-ish. That one's red hot, but these are warm. Return, yeah. So we've got some that are working and some that we haven't got working, but we're going to get into it in a minute. Right, we've had a quick look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 thermostat cables. One goes up there. For some reason, these armors are super long, and that one goes over there, and then he wires to this one. This goes off and goes up the wall. Don't know what it does. It's just landed in a bit of twin and earth. We're going to get these fixed to the wall. We're going to have to sort these armoured cables out, shorten them, get them near to where they should be isolating, and then we can start working out what's going on. So I assume that this armoured was the feed. It's actually the other way around. It feeds down in this one mill. It's landed in there. Obviously nothing's marked up correctly. And it's feeding down into the basement in that armoured. So it's not live, it's not even connected, so I don't know what it does at the minute. We were here the other day, we sorted out this, look. We've just left with a big massive cable, so we've got a main switch, basically a joint in there because you've got PIR cables and lights off, and then you've got overrides for the PIRs, which is quite simple. This is the board, basically, and nothing's labelled. That is literally what we did yesterday. Some lights in a garage, that's labelled up now, garage power, and nothing else is sort of labelled up, so it's a bit of a guessing game. But we'll try and go down in the basement now, and we're going to see where this armoured goes first, and then we're going to sort this massive stuff out. And I've got some chip socks on today, and James has just got black on, so that's really disappointing actually. Shut the door, mate, shut the door. Yeah, the dog's going to be coming otherwise. So this is the basement that's not finished. As you can see, we'll end up with a swimming pool at one point. James is going to have a go in that one at the minute. But over here is the utility where them cables come down. And I can see that one. Ah, I see. So that little armoured is there, he snakes over there. He's snaking over there, and he's going up, which looks like that. Look, that might be the kitchen island. He's going up to that island, James. The kitchen island. That little armoured there. That's it. So that's that one then. We'll take you around to the main incomer. Watch that pole, mate. Which I think we can get. Can we get this way? Is it through here? No. Let's get out that door there. Oh right, yeah, let's go round. Bloody hell. So this is the mains room. As you can see, we've got a 3-phase incomer. Comes into the house, and then we've got quite a big DB, which is not locked, is it? Surely. Anyway, ground floor DB, first floor DB, hot tub, house, air source, car, charger. As you can see, that's the standard of the glanding off, which goes off through there, which is obviously not glanded off. And then he put a trunking in, he's glanded those off, and then everything else just comes into the bottom. And then we've got a cover missing off of there, and all sorts. We got absolutely loads of stuff to sort out here for them. Yeah, it's to be fair, the plumber though, he's done a fantastic job. It's a really nice job the plumber's done. I'll just look. What the heck? Look at those pump cables. It's just going to the front of the panel. Yeah. Anyway, we'll go back up. We're going to go and have a look on the island now, what we think that cable might be doing, and we'll try and sort it out from there. Right. Coming up. It's glanded into a red gland and then it's doing what I don't know. It's just rough, isn't it? What is that doing? Right, so that arm is lashed under the kitchen island. Don't know what it does. It's fed in a bit of 1 mil. It's got a 13 amp fuse in it and don't know where it comes from, what it's doing. So all I'm going to do for the meantime is put it on the wall there, out the way, and I'm going to mark it unknown for now. We have hoovered up. We're going to cable tie these. We fixed him to the wall. That's a hall stat that's not being used at the minute because the underfloor heating in the hallway is not finished yet. It's just coiled up, so there's no point in trying to put that on. I'm probably going to get some Copex, slice the Copex, cover these cables up at least, and we've got to sort all this scrap out as well. So we've taken the fuse out, we've shortened all this up, we've tidied this up, we fixed it to the wall rather than it just sitting in the floor. James is doing me a label, unknown, fuse removed, because we don't know what it is yet until we come back, but it does something on the island, we don't know what yet. Yeah.
Press that, I don't know what to do.
What have we done? Look. Flexible ID heat shrink. All right, okay. So go escape. Unknown. You spell it the wrong. You spell it the American way.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're up there. How do? This is wet, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Fine. You put a D, didn't you, and a Z?
Done.
Yeah.
No.
I got it on camera. You can't lie. How long is it? Super long.
Too bad. That's too big.
There we go. Right. Can you charge that? Because that's battery's flat. So that's unknown, fuse removed at the minute. Right, we're moving on. We've done that. We've cable tied these. We're moving on to shortening all these thermostat cables now. Look, we are going to stick some Bundy 10 on those cables there a bit later on today. We're going to go and get some. So we'll shorten these. One of these needs leaving out because it's not doing anything, as I say. And then we've got to sort these armouds out. So we're going to have to short these all. Probably going to bring it up the back here actually and put a spur here. And then we'll P-clip the cables down the back there so it's just nice and neat. So we're getting somewhere. We've got study, we've got front lounge. Hallway's not connected yet because it's not doing anything, as I say. We've clipped the cables round out the back. Pump goes straight into the top. We've shortened the cables. We just got to sort this mains cable out on this one then. But it does look neater. It's out the way. You can't sort of get snagged on the cables now. And this is getting, this is utility, so this is getting worktop and a big set of cupboards on here, so it will all be enclosed, but obviously still got to look fairly tidy. Right, we've got this multi-cord armoured coming in. Nothing's labelled up, which is fine. We will do it. So I sort of see what he's doing now. He's brought this in from downstairs. It comes from the basement. That big plant room that you've seen. It goes down there somewhere. We've got 1, 2, 3, which is basically a live, earth and a neutral. We've then got these other 4 cores, which are like the boiler enables on both manifolds. So one boiler enable goes down that one, goes through the isolator, back down the isolator, comes to, hang on a minute. So that one goes down that side, which goes down to that isolator, which then goes to this isolator. So we've got 2 isolators on the same enable, and then I'm guessing, that's right, okay, that one goes upstairs to the upstairs manifold. Yeah. So then they've got another manifold, and there's going to be another consumer unit, which isn't me, it's somebody else. That's going to go upstairs. So it's on the same supply, and then they've got a boiler enable. So I'm guessing there's 2 air source heat pumps for 2 separate systems, basically. So this one will be one, and then the one upstairs will have its own air source heat pump, and this is the cable that feeds it. He runs along, and he goes up in the corner of that utility up there somewhere. So what we're going to do, we're going to shorten this back. We're going to put this in a bigger box because this is pathetic for this amount of cables. We need to put a bigger box on the wall. We then need to come out. I'm not even going to use the armoured in here. We don't need armoured on this wall. We can just use conduit or whatever we're going to do. Put some isolators on the wall, and then it will do 1 and 2, and then that one can stay in armoured because he just goes upstairs. So we'll just glam that back in there.
We just been to Denman's, believe it or not. I haven't been to Denman's before. And look what they had, look. Rare as rocking horse. That was what, £5 nearly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
£5 for a last... He had about 3, he said. Got Hagar for another job. Hagar, whatever you want to call it. So that'll be going in there. And then we've got some Bundy 10. We had to go and collect it from Stafford, from Nick. He had it, so we had to go and get that. But we're going to go back in. We've got a nice big adaptable metal box now to gland into, rather than that stupid little plastic screw fix thing. So we'll get back in there and we're going to crack on with it. We've had lunch. James is happy, tired. He's warm. He's content. We'll see in a bit. Finally picked up some magnets for the uni lights. Look, they're the proper ones. They're absolute beasts. James has got the big one. I've got the little one. Look, beasts. There's the tanks, look. Yeah. Look at them magnets, look. Does that hold that big one? Put them on there. Wait a minute now, look at that. That's awesome. Look at that. So, our cable then. It's one of these, I guess. One of them comes through, comes down here, loops up, comes into here. God, that's dripping wet. Yeah, look, this isn't even marked up. 16. I reckon it's that. How do we get into here? Take that a minute, mate. Is it locked? Why is it locked? Has he just turned the screw on it? There we go. That's it. We got a 16, I don't know what it does. We've got a 16, I don't know what it does. Got a 20, I don't know what it does. Car charger, air source, air source. So the air source are 3-phase, but we're looking for a single phase supply which does all the manifolds. Got one there, look, 32. House. What's that? I don't know what that is. So, probably is, I don't want to turn the whole house on. First floor DB, ground floor DB, house. House, 3-phase, don't know. Car charger, air source, so we'll try these. Don't know what they do. Is that one still running? Sounds like that's running. Oh, that did turn something off there.
Yeah, it did turn something off.
So he comes in there, he comes down there, he's glanded in here, he's one of these. So what's that one? I don't know. That come off. That's something to do with it, see?
Mm-hmm.
That's our cable, mate. That's our cable.
That one.
See that multi...
Oh yeah, I can see, yeah.
See the white cables hanging out, look. It's just left them. It's just disconnected here, look. I don't know. That's still on though, isn't it?
Yep. I guess
So is he fed through his twin and air? What is that doing? Look, it's just lashed through the front, look. No. Hot tub. That's a 32. I don't know. So we think it's that 20 amp there. I've isolated him. We're going to shut this. We're going to lock that. We are the only ones working here. James, have that, mate. Those magnets are bloody awesome, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you've got your uni lights, get your magnets, it transforms the lights. Right, that's locked. We're going to go up now and just prove dead, and then I'll send James down with a lockout kit to lock that off. Right, that's now killed this supply into this box. That comes from the basement. That's that multi-core armoured. As I said, 1, 2, 3, live earth neutral. Then we've got 2 boiler enables. So we're now going to shorten these back, make them off into that box, and just tidy this up basically. So we've got some Bundy 10 now on this thermostat cable that comes from over there. James is just tying it to that armoured. We've got an armoured that runs, so we're going to sit in with that. I've got my box mounted here now. I'm going to put Wagos in here because that little dim rail's just too small and fiddly. This is only 2.5. I'm then going to have to mount one isolator here, manifold 1, which will be 1. We'll put another one here, and then we'll just clip some Copex to the manifold there, whatever. This is down here. It's a little bit awkward, and there's no more length on that cable, so it's sort of floating in front of that pipe a little bit, but that's life. I've got to sort this one out still, which is the valve that open up the valve. And then this is the feed cable, which we'll have to route up to the spur. And then we're going to sort these cables out, and then we should be getting somewhere now. So the Bundy 10 is in there. We've got some Bundy 10 between there and there. These don't line up. I was going to put a bush and coupler right there, but I was a bit concerned the plumber might moan with the vicinity of this. So I've put it here, and I've done it on Copex. So if he did come, he could undo those and he could flip that off, and it would, you know, it would flap about if he needs to mess about with this. So we're going to put some of the clips along here. That's then going to feed, that bit of Bundy 10 is going to feed another, spur outlet. As I said, we're going to connect these up now. Obviously it does need the 5 cores, so live, neutral, earth, and then you've got the boiler enable. So 5 cores. We have got enough of this flex, which is 2.5, which will be absolutely fine. Yeah, so it's getting there. There's a bit, you know what I mean, this is a big old squeeze to try and get some of this in. I've got a feeling that the electrician came in first and got this done, and then what's happened is the plumber's come in, ripped it all off and put all his pipes on, which is fair enough, but I mean, shouldn't really blame the Sparks. If he has done it once, we can't really sort of moan at him, but we don't know the situation, so we're just going to get on with what we know.
Yeah.
Rightio, we're getting somewhere now. So I've put a little label in there because I haven't got any black and grey sleeving, believe it or not. So I've sleeved up the blue brown because it is a feed at the end of the day. It's a 240 enable. So 5 goes to blue brown, which is grey, and then 4 black goes to brown because I've obviously only got some twin and earth with me. So that's a bigger box compared to what he managed to jam all that into, look, which was fine. So we lid this up. We are going to label it. We have labelled up the lounge now. Obviously this is fixed to the wall. We've got to tidy these up in a second, but we've got lounge and back lounge. Believe it or not, there's 2 lounges, and kitchen 1 to 5 on the manifold. This will now control this manifold, and then that one over there, which we haven't done yet, will control that manifold. So we'll just call this 1 and we'll call that 2. Look at that magnet, look, it sticks to the old metal capping. Awesome. So that's our box again, I was just saying. We've just failed our ends up. Obviously I'm going to sleeve these up because these are our boiler enables. I failed up my feeds, put the link to the back box. It'll get screwed up, and then he's manifold 1. Might need a new sticker on that one, mate. I've peeled him off a bit. Might be alright actually, we'll have a look in a minute. And then we'll check the fuses and stuff. So ferrule's in a 221. Go all the way to the end, look. Check these fuses in here. What the actual